to look for a way to boost it. You can try writing the exam again, but spending money. I learned that exam is very expensive now. You may just close your eye to write the exam again. Or go through Provincial Nominee Program. You see, I love that PNP, because that was the route I took. You see that PNP, I won't be able to address it now because it's a separate application on its own. When you are hearing provincial, that means province. And you know we have many provinces in Canada. Every province with their method of nomination. So that one is for another day. I'm just giving you a general way you can immigrate to Canada. If you say no, I don't want to go through provincial nomination, then try to get a Canadian work experience. How is that? You can try to do and arrange employment with Canadian company. They will arrange employment for you, so you'll be able to get points from there. And that is what you will add to the information you've given before in the pool. So that one will boost your score the more. So you arrange a Canadian job. How do you arrange for a Canadian job? You go to Canada Job Bank. I think in Canada. I went there. I went there. But it's rare because for you to get a job outside Canada, that means the people in Canada will have been satisfied. I'm not discouraging you. A lot of my friends got job from Canada Job Bank. They will see that nobody is interested in the job again over there before they can now give it out. So you may be the lucky one. So that's also, I think that one can add up to like 50 to 100 points to your score. I've given you 2 ways now, or 3 ways rather. Rewriting your IELTS, going through PNP, getting a Canadian work experience. The fourth one is having a sibling there. Yeah, if you have a sibling there, depending on when you have a sibling there, you also get some points. Because I know when I was doing PNP, that's Provincial Nominee Program, the province I applied for, you get at least, is it 10 points for you having a sibling there? Either 5 or 10, but there is a point for you having a sibling over there. Unfortunately, I didn't get a point for that because I don't have anyone there. So that's also another way you can gain points. Also, if you are bilingual, English and French. If you understand those 2 languages well, it's an added advantage. It can also help your score to be boosted. Another way you can boost your score is through your spouse. How? For example, if I am the principal applicant and I apply and my score is, should I use 375? Let me use 400. And what is needed to get your ITA, that is your invitation to apply, is say 800. You people can submit your Express entry profile separately. So at least 2 good heads are better than one. If maybe the wife is not chosen, the husband may be chosen. So you have good chances of success than only one person applying or submitting the Express entry profile. Another person may be asking now, how do they even calculate these Express entry points? One, your age. The younger you are, the better your points. That means for every year you mark your birthday, the score or the points you have for your age decreases. Canadian system, they want young blood. Let me not overflow that. So your age, your language proficiency test, that's the IELTS. Then your Canadian work experience. That is, they will compare your work experience here, that is in your home country. They will see how they will compare it with that of the Canadian work experience. Those are the ways the express entry points are being calculated. So if you get good points for each of them, what? You will be invited, you will be selected. Let me quickly share my personal story. This express entry pool I've been talking about, I was there for more than a year. Oh. In fact, the following year, the score decreased. So we had exhausted all the options we knew. You know one thing about BNP? It gives you 600 points. 600 points added to our 370 something. We were selected, we were nominated. That's the summary of my story. After all this said and done on how to boost your points, you are not still getting the required points. There's still another way I can suggest to you. How is to go through study routes or through temporary visa. You go as a student. When you go as a student, before you finish your school, you will know how to apply to become a permanent resident. So let me not dwell on that. So you apply as a student and you know the process. You check for schools that offer your course, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I didn't even tell you. My husband applied for a school in Canada first, though, before this whole PMP. We got the unfortunately kind of message. That one happened May, then August, we started PMP parole. So you see the study route safe. It's also the grace of God. Just keep backing your plans with prayers. Because sometimes you will see that you have fulfilled all that you could do and yet. But you just see somebody will just take one step, person has moved. So grace, grace. When you're talking about the study route or the temporary visa route, the issue of NOC comes into place. That's your national occupational classification. You may have to readjust it to see if it suits what is required. Because sometimes the Canadian site, IRCC, do update their sites. You may see a knock today on their website, tomorrow you won't see it again. It may not be required, and if it's not required, your score for that will drop or will even go out. So you need to be up to date. If you also want to boost your score, I forgot to add, is if you have more than one degree. Maybe you have 2 degrees. Know that masters is an added advantage. Having PhD is better off than masters. So that's why I said in the pool you see many candidates there. If the system want to pick, they won't leave PhD holder and go and take someone that is just a BSc holder. I'm not trying to downgrade anything, but I'm just trying to tell you the more the points, the better for you. So if you have more than one degree, you are at an advantage. These are the tips I can give you for now on how to immigrate to Canada. The truth is, at the end of the day, you will say you will not escape the express entry because that express entry is the first step. So the express entry route, sponsorship, That one is self-explanatory when you are being sponsored. Then the business class, that is that business immigration route. You have to provide some documents to show that you can actually set up a business there. That one I don't want to dwell on that. You can just do research on your own. But I've just told you the major things you need to know on how to immigrate to Canada. So some other time I'm going to be explaining more about provincial nomination, because to me that seems to be the easiest, and it's now quicker. Some people used to get nomination as fast as 3 months. Once you get your nomination, the points are being added, or the point is being added to the one you have in the pool. Just know that the next time they will be sending ITA, you will be among. So with your nomination, even if your age is you are like 50 years, you are still covered. So but if you are 30 years below, you are at an advantage, like I told you before. But with the nomination, you can't go wrong, because 600 is a big point. Like, it's big for you to be able to get your ITA. I wish you well if you want to proceed in the journey. Like I said, proper documentation. Some other time I'll be sharing how to go about applying. That is after you are being selected from the pool. When you are being selected, so you now know that you are facing reality. That's when the issue of proof of fund comes in. And proof of fund is determined by the number of persons. If you are single, the fund will be lesser than if you are two. Proof of fund for family of 3, 4, 5. So they differ. So if you have 7 children, I think I have to be serious. If you have 7 children, then you should know what I'm talking about. If you have 10, so the more the family, or the bigger the family, the more the proof of fund. But the good thing is that IRCC will not collect your proof of fund from you. The essence of the proof of fund is to show that you'll be able to settle well when you move down. You'll be able to take care of your family when you finally immigrate. So that's the essence of the proof of fund. Don't say, so I will now come and give IRCC this amount of, no. They are not interested in your money. Just leave it in the account there. Let it be there. Let them know that you have that money. Okay? So the only money you will pay for is maybe for your medicals. Of a truth, when you are selected, you will need to go for your medical exams. You will need to do a lot of documentations, and that will require you spending. Some will require you traveling, because in Nigeria, the two places where you can do your medical exams are Lagos and Abuja. And me, I was staying in the middle. I was living in Port Harcourt. So we were always traveling down to Lagos to go do medical. So there are some unforeseen expenses that I may not be able to list. That depends solely on you, how you will spend it. So if you're in Lagos, you're at an advantage, or if you're in Abuja, at an advantage. You just but we were always flying down. See, it has been a long journey, but thank God for everything. So I wish you all the best. For those that want to go apply, it's easy. Just first of all, tell yourself it's easy. Then get enough fund. I don't know how you will do that. Get enough fund, because you need it. Then get a fund for the running of the processing. You need it too. You will do a lot of photocopy. You will do a lot of printing out. Everything boils down to money. And in all, pray that you will find favor in the hands of visa officers. Just pray. We have come to the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed these tips. This video, I know, we bet so many questions. Kindly leave them in the comment section, and as time goes on, I'm going to be addressing them to the best of my knowledge. Again, if you are joining this channel for the first time, support your girl. hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a new video, you will be the first person to get notified. And if you're a returning subscriber, don't just subscribe and leave it. Watch my videos or share them. Some people may need these tips. Sorry for the delay in uploading the video actually. I have to apologize for that. I love you all. See you in my next video. Bye.